All the participants are these all the participants. There is so many noise.
ये तो बहु પછી રેમ્પન્ટ કરે તો રેડ પડે પેલા જીએસટી ये तो बहु રેડ પાડે છે
GST yourself. Pradeep Desai ji, please mute yourself.
ସେଇ ଯୋଉରା voting ଗୁରା ଥିଲା ଆମେ ଯୋଉ admit କରି ଦେଲେ ଅଳିଆ ଗୁରା କରିଥିଲେ ସାଉଣ୍ଡ ହେଲା Sir, please unmute. Professor Jaydev Sahu, please unmute, sir.
Okay, okay. Yes, yes.
Yeah. Audible, sir. Audible.
Now it's okay. So we are discussing about that to know ourselves, to know our real identity, so that we can experience ourselves. Unless until we experience ourselves, we cannot realize ourselves, and our life transformation cannot be there. So at the present moment, each and everyone wants that we should have a peaceful, happy, and better life. Those participants are there. They might be thinking that this discussion might be something spiritual, or this might be something philosophical. So what is the use of it? So my point is, it is not only spiritual, it is not only philosophical, it is really practical, because we each and everyone wants that to lead a peaceful, happy, healthy, better life. And for that, we need two things in our life. One is right awareness, what is good for us, what is righteous things, so what we should do so that our life will be better. The next one is how to do it in practical sense. Unless until we do it, we cannot have the change of it. So that's why here we should know our real identity, our real nature, and what we can be, because all of you might be knowing that even if International Commission of Education, it has that 4 pillars of education. As we say that Vidya Dadati Vinayam, Shiksha Vihena Pasubhi Saman, because there is no difference between human being and subhuman species if there is no knowledge or no vidya of human beings. So we are to be knowledgeable enough, and that's why we should know our real natures, real identity. So in that case, because all of you know that so many scriptures are there, so many religious things are there, might be Hinduism, our Hindu culture, or Indian culture, we can say Christianity, Islamism, Buddhism, all the religious paths, they have given very good knowledges. But point is that in spite of all those knowledges, since 1,000 years before, or we can time immemorial, we can say, so but this world is degrading day by day. In spite of all those knowledges, we have Gita, Bhagavad, Veda, Vedanta, and Sankhya, all those things are there. But still then, our society, whole humanity is degrading day by day. Science, social science, religious knowledge, both are increasing. We can open up TV, and there will be various channels, even if spiritual channels, which spreads the various knowledges. So in spite of all these knowledges, world is degrading day by day, our life is degrading day by day. That means something is lacking. And what is that lacking? Unless until we have that knowledge, we cannot have the real transformation in our personal life or neither in the society. So that's why to know ourselves, who am I, or know myself, or know thyself is the very fundamental questions. So that's why this is the very timely ones for which this thing has been considered. So we all know the 17th century has been described as the age of faith, whereas the 18th century was considered to be the age of reasoning, and 19th century was considered as age of progress, and 20th century was considered as the age of stress. So that's why this national webinar on who am I. So that's why in this session we shall discuss about find out the answer fundamental question of who am I. Here I shall just give you some set of highlights. Who am I? What am I? What is my real identity? How do my thoughts and feelings interact with my body? Because whether I am body or I am separated from the body. If I am separated from the body, then how myself and my body interact with each other. Next, how to make my mind powerful. So breaking the mysteries of mind. Because unless until we break the mysteries of mind, that means we can break the iceberg, we cannot enter into the self-realization. So unless until we have the self-realization, there cannot be the self-transformation. So unless until we have the self-transformation, we cannot have the world transformation or societal transformation. So that's why these fundamental questions we have to think of. So the understanding my thoughts, how they come and go, how to regard those thoughts, then how do we come under emotions, feelings, tensions, and stress? How does an individual develops behavioral patterns, traits, etc., and how to transform them? Again, how to enjoy this precious life, how to lead a life of peace and bliss, the ultimate desire of each and every one of us. So that's why question is knowing myself, whether I am a skeleton, I am a body, or something else. So simple thing, all of us, even if whenever we just ask small children, small maybe 4 or 5 years children, we teach them, this is my hand, this is my leg, this is my ear, this is my nose, this is my head, this is my body. When we ask them, show me your hand, so child shows his hand, this is my hand. When we ask, show me your nose, child shows its nose. That means we say, this is my hand, my body, my nose, my overall, my body. When we say that my body, then who am I? Question is, whenever, but unfortunately, these sort of questions are not answered properly and not being taught also to the children. And likewise, we think ourselves as either male or female, either Hindu, Muslim, Christian, depending upon different religious backgrounds, different caste backgrounds, different community backgrounds, different regional backgrounds. I am Punjabi, I am Odia, I am Bengali, something like that. Or we can say that even if a country, nation-wise, I am Indian, I am Pakistani, I am American, I am Chinese, like this. That means whether I am a Chinese, whether I am Indian, whether I am a male or female, who am I then? So all these identities, I am a child, I am a young, I am a old, I am a lady, I am a gents, I am a boy, I am a girl. So any of us, whenever we introduce ourselves, who are you? Whenever any ask, please introduce yourself. All of a sudden we introduce our name. Yes, my name is like this. My dear friends, this is my name. My name is Jayadev Sahu. But who am I? This is my name. But whether I am Jayadev, my name is Jayadev, but I am not Jayadev. As we say, this is my hand, but this is not, I am not the hand. This is my dress, whatever we wear. This is my dress. This dress means something different. I am different. Yes, I am owner of the dress. I am using this dress, but dress is different. I am different. This is my house. So house is different. I am different. I am inside the house. I am residing in the house, but house is different. I am different. Then question arises. If this is my hand, this is my leg, this is my head, and this is my body, then when we say that this is my body, then who am I? Must be something different. So really, we are not this body. What we have been thinking of till now, ourselves, that I am male or female. Some say that I am fat or I am maybe thin. That means depending upon our size of the body, color of the body, nature of the body, we identify ourselves, equating ourselves with the body. That means we think that we are a body. I am 5 foot, I am healthy, I am weak, I am fat, I am thin. That means I am old, I am young, I am a child, I am an adult, whatever. That means depending upon the nature, we identify ourselves with our body only. But if you shall think of just a deep thing, silently, just you think yourself, all of us, then we can understand that, yes, this is my hand, this is my leg, this is my body. So when we say that this my body is aching, so when we say that my body is aching, that means something different. I am different. My pen, my house, my car, my vehicle, that means vehicle is different. I am different. I am owner of the car. I am driver of the car. I am using the car, but car is different. I am different. That means my point is myself and mine. That means me and mine, there is difference. So when we say that this is my body, then who am I? Must be different from the body. So we should not identify whether I'm black or white or that means what do you call small or large or whatever, depending upon the body size. So that's why we are different from this body. Then who am I? So whenever any death occurs to someone else, what we say? Suppose at the moment, suppose साहू साहब का death हो ही गया, myself, I am talking of. अगर मेरा अभी now at this moment I have died, then what the people will say? All of you will say, Sahu sir is no more. Sahu sir has gone away. Sahu sir has left his body. Sahu sir has left his mortal coil. That means Sahu sir was not this 5 feet or fat or maybe thin or whatever. Sahu sir was not that body. Now Sahu sir has already left this body. When Abdul Kalam left his body while giving a speech in a program in Ceylon. So at that moment, news was there. Dr. Kalam is no more. So Kalam is no more, but Kalam's body is there. Then whose body is it? This is Kalam's body. That means that dead body is of Kalam's dead body, not Kalam himself. So then who was Kalam? APJ Abdul Kalam. Likewise, we are different from this body and we are just a point of light. But that has been told in different belief systems. We can say that that is energy. That energy is a, otherwise called, we can call it a soul, or you can say that a ruh, atma, spirit, whatever the term we can give, that is different thing. But in short, we can say we are different from this body. We manage this body, we drive this body, we use this body to perform different actions, but we are different from this body. So when we say that different from this body, so that means we are just a point of energy. Just like a fan is moving, fan has electricity, it is moving. When line is cut, current is no more, then fan is no working. So that likewise, till now, till the time when we are inside the body, we are using this body. So this body can be called as Jivatma. That means both body as well as soul. We are combined as Jivatma. So that's why we are different from this body, not a skeleton or bones or flesh, but we are the owner of that one, human beings. So that's why I am a soul, not the body. Main Atma hu. So body is different, I am different. So that's why when we say that I am the soul, not the body, then what is that nature of the soul? What is my real nature? So we can say that there are different, we can say energy, suppose electricity is energy, that's also energy. We souls are also energy. Then what is the difference? So we can say that there are two types of energy you can say. One is conscious energy. What we can say that Sat Chit Anand Swarup, conscious energy or living energy, and another one is material energy. That is Prakriti or Purush, we can say. So when say that Prakriti and Purush, we all call it, Purush is called as conscious energy, whereas Prakriti is called as unconscious energy or material energy or non-living energy. So that's why atom, we can say, atom is non-living energy, material energy. So all other energies, material energies, we can call it non-living energy, whereas we, ourselves, soul, spirit, are conscious energy. So if we shall say that, then what is the form? Because we should have the metamorphosis of our inner self. So when we have to metamorphosis of our inner self, we have to know our real compositions, we have to know our real constitutions, we are to know our real constituents, only then we can change it, or we can say that we can realize ourselves. So then what is the different aspects of our human soul, or you can say that ourselves? So we have, what is the difference between material energy and conscious energy? Simple difference is, we are conscious because we have three basic faculties. As I have shown here, one is mind, another one is intellect, another one is reserves. So mind is our thinking ability. So we have the thinking ability. We say that I think like this. It is not that my body thinks like this or my brain thinks like this. So sometimes we confuse that mind is the result of, or thinking is the result of brain activity. Brain is just like a machine, just like a computer, just like vehicle of engine, we can say, but not the driver itself. So likewise, we have three basic conscious energy, that is known as mind, thinking ability. Another one is intellect, that is judgment ability, or we can say that rationality. Next, so the function of the mind is just to think, to create thoughts. So that thoughts may be of various types, maybe good, maybe bad, maybe neutral, maybe any type of things. So there are division of or classification of thoughts. From 24 to 25 classifications are there, but basically you can classify into 4 types of thoughts. So the very functioning of the mind is, nature of the mind is to create thoughts. But that type of thought, what are the different types of thoughts? So there might be, because we are the, just like we can say that soul is the programmer and body is the computer. So in that way, in the computer, just like there are different softwares are there, hardwares are there, likewise, brain are also there, mind is also there, Sukshma and that's a soul and the body, just like this one. So I'm not going to this. So computer, just like we the soul are the programmer of this body, and body is the computer, just like a computer. So a soul uses the physical body to perform its role. So that's why we use ourselves. So that's why otherwise you can say that soul is the driver and body is the car. That means our body is just like a vehicle and we are the driver of this. So that means my point is we are different from this body. We are owner of this body. We are the driver of this body. So this body is just like a vehicle, you can say. So that's why we are different. Purus are Prakriti, Rath and Rathi. This body is called as a Rath, vehicle. Rathi, we are the owner, driver of it. Or we can say that Ketra and Ketragya. So that's why different things there. That's why we say that human being. We are human being. Human, it is derived from the humus. Humus is otherwise known as soil. Okay. And being means conscious entity, which makes the human or humus a living one, living entity. So that conscious entity is known as a soul. So that's why otherwise you can say that soul is the source of unique light. S-O-U-L. Soul is the source of unique light, because all of you know that in science also you know that all of you might not know that any energy or any particle, it is in a very rudimentary form, that is energy form. So that energy, we can say that may be photon or that may be what you call thermodynamics, physics, whatever level we can go. Or nowadays it has been discovered something like which is known as the God particle, but that is also not the God, but that is also one of the material particle or material energy particle, which is the very smallest one till the science has discovered. So that's why they have given this name that God particle. The point is that energy in a minute small point of light energy, nothing else. Likewise, soul is also energy. That's why it is also a point of light energy. So we soul human beings, or soul is the being and human body is the humus. So that's why we constitute mind, intellect and reasoning, or that means resolves. So the function of the mind is just to think. So there are various types of, because soul as a driver, as we can say that different organs are there. We have different 5 organs, sense organs are there, and we control that those sense organs. And just like Rathi, driver of the that means a cart, we are just running this vehicle or we are driving this body. So in that way, knowing myself is to know our own things. So what is the nature of a mind? So mind is thinking ability just to think it, and we have the 4 type of thoughts. So what are those 4 type of thoughts? We can classify it as positive thoughts, which is beneficial, which is good thoughts, or we can say that positive thoughts. Just opposite to that, another one that is known as negative thought, which is harmful thoughts, harmful for ourselves, harmful for others also. Likewise, so that's why another type of thought, because the mind is the creates thoughts. So it is the only the thought creating entity, nothing else. So we have the 4 type of thoughts: positive thoughts, negative thoughts, necessary thoughts, or we can say that routine thoughts, or we can say that neutral thoughts. Neutral thoughts means, positive thoughts means we can say that love, peace, happiness, all those, whatever we want really inside. So that is not, which is beneficial, that is not the positive thoughts. Which is harmful, like jealousness, hatredness, ego, or we can say that arrogance, fearness. So all these are the negative thoughts. Likewise, necessary thoughts, or you can say the neutral thoughts, which is neither positive nor negative. So those are the necessary thoughts, or we can say that routine thoughts. For example, we can say that there are, we just fix some works, daily routine activities. And now it is time, I am to take my bath. Now it is time, I am to go to the office. So that means it is just a fraction of a second that thought comes. Now let us have my lunch. So likewise, now let us how my, let us go to the marketplace, whatever. That means those are the necessary thoughts or routine thoughts, daily activity we do or we fix it. So if we shall say, what are those things? The simple way we can say that those necessary thoughts or routine thoughts, how many routine works we are fixing? Maybe 50, 60, 100, maybe at best 100. So if 100 activity we have fixed per day, then per day in 24 hours, 100 seconds goes for necessary thoughts, or we can say that neutral thoughts. So out of 24 hours, 100 seconds, maybe we can say that 120 seconds. So 120 seconds means 2 minutes. So only 2 minutes are necessary thoughts, or we can say that neutral thoughts, which is neither positive nor negative. Now it is time to take bath. So it is neither positive nor the negative. But which are the positive impact or negative impact? So those are called as positive or negative. But another thought is there that is known as waste thoughts, superfluous thoughts. There is no necessity, but it is going on. So these 4 types of thoughts we can broadly classify, but there are so many other thoughts are other way classifications are also there. But I have just restricted into these 4 classifications in a nutshell. So out of these 4 classifications, if we shall see throughout the day, which thoughts goes most frequently, whether waste thoughts. For example, what is the waste thought? For example, we are taking our lunch. So while eating, many thoughts goes on. Suppose we are taking our bath inside the bathroom. While taking the bath, many thoughts goes on because mind is never thoughtless. So when mind is never thoughtless, always the mind thinks something else. Even if while taking the bath, we think of. Even if when I was just playing in the beginning, playing some music, some might be listening to the music, that song, beautiful song, but during that time also might be something else. Different other thoughts might be there. So whether those thoughts are necessary, while taking food, many thoughts goes on. Whether those thoughts are necessary, while drinking water, many thoughts goes on. Whether those thoughts are necessary, if we shall see, those are the waste thoughts. Because at that time, those thoughts were not necessary. Those thoughts were not required. So that's why those are the waste thoughts. So if out of these 4 thoughts, if we shall, I shall ask you, all of you, then which thought necessary? Because necessary is only 2 minutes, at best 2 minutes throughout the 24 hours. So out of these 3, waste, positive and negative. So even if negative thought is not there, so what thought goes on more? Positive or waste? If you will understand, if you will just realize yourself that more than 95% thoughts are waste thoughts. For your information, it has been observed, it has been found out throughout the day, whatever thoughts we create, our mind creates. That means we create. Those thoughts are mostly waste, more than 95%. If any factory, because mind is also just like a factory, it produces thoughts. So if any factory, maybe cloth industry, cloth factory is there, but if it produces 95% of waste material, what will be the result of that factory? So that is our present life situation. Because mind is a powerful energy, but 95% of our mental energy is being wasted. And once it is being wasted, how can we use it whenever some unwanted situations comes up? Where is we have energy to face those situations? So that's why more than 95% are the negative thoughts, waste thoughts. Out of that, you can think, sit down for 1 or 2 minutes and you can observe yourself, whatever thoughts are coming. And out of that also you'll find that more than 80% thoughts are of a past, what has already been over, of a past events. Those thoughts come up, that is more than 80%. And nearly 15% of relating to future. So for this past and future, we are wasting out the present, because the present is a gift. Present means a present. Present is a gift of God, we can say. That means the present time is a gift of God. We can use it positively and very fruitfully. But as we have no idea, no mechanism, no control over our thoughts, no guidance for our thoughts, that's why we are creating unnecessary thoughts or waste thoughts. So that's why in that case, waste thoughts goes on and we are lacking our mental energy is being drained out. So when it is being drained out, then we are lacking our mental energy to fight any situation or to face any situation of the life. So that's why our role is, out of these positive thoughts, out of these 4 types of thoughts, positive thoughts are, we can say, the love, harmony, peace, and all those things. And negative thoughts are criticism, attachment, sexism, greed, revenge, stress, carelessness, anger, laziness, fearness, prejudice. All those things are the negative thoughts. So we are to be free from that. So first of all, we have to check our drain of our energy, mental energy that is being wasted. First of all, that one. And it has been observed, scientific research shows that 95% of these thoughts are negative and are waste thoughts. So now, how can we check it? So to check that thoughts, the role of the intellect. Intelligence is that reasoning ability, to think about, to deciding ability or judgment ability or a rational ability, which is known as like a judge-like situation. So it has the main role to guide our mind, to say our mind, which is waste thought, which is good thoughts, or we can say the positive thoughts, and what type of thoughts we are to create. So in other sense, we can say intelligence is our, we can say that a conscience. And then whatever we think, whatever we decide, that intelligence decides what we have to do. So after our decision, we do the activities. And once we do the activities, then it becomes our resolve, our personality natures. Initially, it forms to our habits, and habit leads towards our personality traits. So that becomes our nature. So that's why we say that that person is a very sensitive nature. That person is a very good nature. So we say these things. So that's why mind, intellect, as well as our results, personality characteristics, or you can say that subconscious mind. So that is known as our nature. So whatever we think, whatever we decide by our reasoning ability, rational ability, then we perform the activity. And that perform activity that becomes recorded in our soul or in ourselves, within ourselves, that is called as a sanskar or resolve or nature. So in that case, so we can say these are the physical components, we can say, or different components of our individual self, our inner self, or you can say that ourself. So that's why we have to now change that. Then what is our nature? So now at the moment, each and every individual are different. So if we are the soul, not the body, on the basis of that, we are neither Hindu, nor Muslim, nor Christian. So these are the physical bodily religious identity. That means all of you have seen, most have seen that film, what is called this Omar, Akbar and Anthony. And that Omar, Akbar, Anthony, you must have seen that all those 3 persons, Omar, Akbar and Anthony, they were the children of the same parents. But at the young age, they were separated. One was brought up by a Hindu person, so his name was Omar. Another person was brought up by a Muslim person, so his name was Akbar. And another person was brought up by Christian father, so his name was Anthony. they were originally of the children of the same parents, but now they have been brought up by three different persons with three different religious backgrounds. So their religion has been changed. One is Hindu, one is Christian, one is Muslim. But what was their original nature, or what was their original religion? So in that case, they are a religion of the same parents, and they are fighting. When they came to know that they were the children of the same parents and they are brothers, then they united and they fought with the billions. So the point is that as a soul, we are neither Hindu nor Muslim nor Christian. As a soul, as a human spirit or soul, we are neither male nor female. For example, I have taken birth this time. I have taken this body of a male body. I am called as Professor Jayadev Sahu now at this moment. So this Jayadev Sahu is a nameplate of this body, not myself. So that's why when we say that this is a mind, body, and intellect, when we say that we are soul, so as a soul, I may take birth. Suppose in my previous birth, I might have taken birth in some Muslim family. Before that birth, I might have taken some birth in Christian family. Suppose now in this birth, I have taken my birth in Odisha, but I am working now in Arunachal Pradesh. This might be possible that in some of the previous birth, I might have taken some birth in Arunachal Pradesh itself. So in Arunachal Pradesh, all are in that maybe Nisi family. So then, whether I am Hindu, Muslim, or Christian, whether I am Odia or I am Arunachali, whether I am a tribal or not tribal. So as a soul, we are different from these things. This body is just like a car. From which company, that means from which community, from which parents this body is created, or we have brought up this body. Suppose I have bought one car from maybe Maruti. After 1 year, I have bought another car that is from maybe Hyundai. But by buying a car from Maruti, I am not being the company of Maruti. By buying a car from Hyundai, I am not being the company of Hyundai. Then if my body, I have bought this body from a parent of a Hindu family, so that means this body is made in a Hindu company. So then how I can be known as a Hindu? If my body is from a Muslim company, that is Muslim parents or Muslim community, so that means my body is from Muslim community. Then how can I can be called as a Muslim? So by not knowing our real inner self, that we are spirit different from this body. These bodies are just like vehicles which are brought up from the different communities. We are wrongly identifying our body and we are fighting among ourselves, Hindu, Muslim, Christian, on the basis of religion, on the basis of Christian, that means caste, creed, color, whatever not. So that's why soul consciousness, if we can realize ourselves that we are the soul, not the body, then all the problems of our society will be solved, because there will be no enmity, there will be no differentiation on the basis of religion, neither caste, nor color, nor creed. All of you might be knowing, there is one verse in Sanskrit. Janmate jayate sudra, sanskarat dvijam uchyate, veda adhyayane vipra, brahmam janati iti brahman. So Brahmin does not mean that by taking birth in a Brahmin family only. Scheduled caste or Sudra doesn't mean taking birth in a scheduled caste community only. As for this hymn, Sanskrit verse, Janmate Jayate Sudra, from the very birth, we all are the Sudra. Sudra means ignorant, uncivilized. So by birth, from the very birth, we all are the ignorant ones. We are not knowledgeable ones. So we are at the savage level. So that's why we need education. So then next step comes. Janmate Jayate Sudra, Sanskarat Dvijam Uchyate. Sanskarat Dvijam Uchyate. After Sanskar, only it is called that Dvija. That means twice born, second birth. Not Brahmin also. So in that concept, that means this sanskar, that means by adopting certain principles, by learning some things, if we have changed our lifestyles to a certain disciplined manner, certain a principled manner, then we can, on basis of some of a code of conduct, then we can say that only Dvija, not even Vipra. Veda, Adhyana, Vipra. Veda here doesn't mean only Ved. Ved here means Vidya, because Veda concept is derived from the Ved concept of Ved, and that Ved is knowledge, to know. So to know what? To know everything. So to acquiring large amount of knowledge of vast knowledge, then only we can call as Vipra. That means otherwise in English term we can say very highly learned person. That is known as Vipra. Just like we can say the Chanakya, he was a Vipra. Because he has a knowledge of governance, he has a knowledge of different vast knowledges, maybe medical, maybe economics, maybe sociology, maybe politics, maybe everything. So by acquiring all sort of knowledge, we are called only Vipra. Last comes Brahmam Janati iti Brahman. That means when we realize our inner self, when we realize ourselves that we are the souls, not the body, we all, irrespective of anything, we all are the souls, not the body, then only we are called as Brahmin. Brahmam Janati iti Brahmin. So when we realize at that level, we arrive at that point, then all sort of differences are disappeared. All sort of negative elements are disappeared. Then only we can say it. So then question comes, at the moment, what is our real nature? What is our real habit? Sanskar we can say. So our real nature, because the nature are different, sanskar we derive. Different sanskars are there. Original sanskars of the soul. Okay. Then sanskars from the past birth. Then sanskars from the families, that means parents. Then sanskars from the influence of the company, peers, or friends, whatever you can say. Then sanskar can become from willpower. So these are the 5 types of sanskars or natures we can evolve. That means personality traits. Then what are the original sanskars? At the moment, all persons are different by nature. One may be very good nature, very mixing nature, one may be of shy nature, one may be of doubting nature. Even if some people are there, they are of doubting nature. Even if you can say something good for themselves, they must be understanding that yes, that person is saying good for me. But his nature is to doubt. He will think, yes, he is saying good, but why he is saying good for me? He will doubt that one also. So that means, and those are shy nature, they don't like to mix with others. Even if some are very sensitive in nature, by a slight of things, they become very aggressive, or they become very, that means we can say that they start crying also. Both type of things are there, sensitive in nature. So in that case, our sanskars, our natures at the moment are different. We, each and everyone has different natures. But what is the real nature or real sanskar or real quality of each and every human soul, irrespective of anyone? Original quality I am talking of. So if you shall think, whoever, throughout the world, a person, that may be a child, very small baby, young child, or that may be very old person. One may be literate or one may be illiterate. Each and every one in the whole world, what they want in their life. Whatever we want in our life, that is our real nature. What we want? 7 fundamental real qualities we have. Our soul has these 7 fundamental qualities or fundamental nature. What is those? Here we can say that no, one is peace, because each and everyone wants peace or peacelessness or tension. So each and everyone, that may be in the African jungles, a person in the African jungle, or that may be in America, that may be in a metro, or that may be in a rural area of our Odisha. Wherever a person may be, a child or maybe old person, literate, that means a highly so-called learned person, or maybe illiterate person, whoever that, each and everyone wants peace. Even if a very hardcore criminal, hardcore terrorist, they also want in peace in life. So that's why basic 7 qualities are there. Number 1, peace. Number 2, happiness. Each and everyone wants happiness. No one wants sorrow in their life. Next, third, we can say that purity, cleanliness. For example, he may not have taken a bath long for days together, maybe stinking from his body and clothes. But if that person comes to you and we offer, yes, you sit there, and there are 2 vacant seats are there, chairs are there. One is something clean and one is something that we say dirty one. Then originally or internally, what will be the attraction towards which chair? Clean chair or dirty chair? If you find that original attraction will be towards cleanliness, not that dirty one, because this is our real nature. That's why I say that cleanliness is next to godliness. So otherwise we can call it purity or positivity. That is the third one. Then 4th one, you can say love and pyar. So anyone, a very small baby, even if 2-3 months baby, they also want love from the elders. If we neglect, if they feel are being neglected, not taken care of properly, we are not being hugged, not being, that means kissed, because the small babies, maybe 2-3 months, 6 months, 8 months baby, they want that they should be cuddled, they should be hugged, they should be kissed, okay, they should be petted. So they want that. That is by this, they say that, that means they need attention. That is love. So likewise, even if those are hardcore criminals, that may be, even if that jihadi terrorist, they also want love. But only that due to wrong identification, wrong informations, wrong knowledge, wrong wisdom, they misinterpret the things and they do something unwanted things. So that is there. So that's why peace, happiness, love, purity. Then third one, next one comes knowledge, to know, Gyan. So how it is so? Even a small child, something new thing comes, which we have not seen earlier. For the first time we are seeing something. So what arises in our mind? What thought arises? What is it? What is its function? How it is created? What are its use? Even a small baby, small child, he will also look from here and there. How it is? What is it? That means that is known as inquisitiveness. We each and everyone has inquisitiveness to know the things. So that is known as knowledge. To acquire the knowledge, Gyan. Then last one, 7th one, that is known as power. What is that? We each and everyone, even if small babies, they want to be powerful. We all want to be powerful. But that, what is that power? We do not know. What is love? We have not understood. What is the real peace? From where it will be coming up? We have not understood. That's why we are searching here and there. We are going to the different places. We are going to the different pilgrimages. We are doing different pujas or whatever, different things we are adopting. Parties or going to the films, having some sort of good food items and taking of those things to have all these 7 things are there. But these are the original nature of the soul or original quality of the soul. If we have all these 7 qualities, then we are called perfect soul. That means Sato Pradhan. Yani fullness of these 7 qualities. So these are our real original qualities. But by the time, due to ignorance, due to lack of proper knowledge, we have imbibed certain other sanskars also from the past birth, inherited certain from the parents, then influenced by the company and also willpower. So that's why here can say that physical body is influenced by atmosphere, and that is also atmosphere by thoughts. So thoughts leads towards words, and words leads to our action. So because depending upon our thought, our words or actions will be there, and that will lead towards our personality, and our personality will influence our physical body as well as also atmosphere. For example, at the moment, all of the participants, I shall just request you. I think all of you might be taking or eating achar, that means pickles. Pickles, you must be eating, all of you must be eating. We all of us take also pickles with our food. If pickles are not there, then sometimes we take also lemon. That means sour things, achar, lemons, pickles, whatever the good, whatever your choice, you just think over that. So by taking the name of achar, pickles, lemon, because time is short, that's why I'm not going to demonstrate that thing. But by this taking the word of achar, by listening the word of achar, by discussing the word of achar or pickles, we can say what reaction goes in your body. What is the reaction? All of you might be knowing. By this time also, those who are very familiar or very fond of achars, their salivation must have been there. But if sometimes would have been there, I could have demonstrated. You can think of, you have gone to a lemon tree, you have picked up lemon, very sweet smelling. You can just wash it, cut it with a knife. Okay, very sweet smelling now of lemon. And you can just squeeze that lemon on your tongue. That sour lemon juice is dropping on your tongue. Drop, drop, drop. By this time, all of you might be salivating. So this is the power of thought. This is the power of thought. Whatever we think, our physical reaction occurs. So that's why if we think negatively, then negative impact will be on our body. Not only physical body, that will be also affecting the atmosphere, and on the basis of that, on our relationship also. So that's why, as you think, so shall we become. If I shall think that I am happy, I'm happy, I'm happy, then what reaction will be there? Just I have told you that think of achar. Just before thinking about achar, there is no salivation. But by just thinking of the achar or pickles, there is salivation on our tongue. Because this is the thing, that means this is the reaction of our body, of our thought on our body. So impact of our thought. So that's why whatever we shall think, there will be reactions in our body. So in that case, we can say that our personality, that means our attitudes, our inner things or thinkings affects our physical body as well as our atmosphere. Because whatever our nature, accordingly our thought will be there. Accordingly as a thought, there will be again decisions. So there is a vicious circle going on. Because if we don't have the proper knowledge, due to proper knowledge and proper understanding, then we will have the wrong decisions. And once wrong decisions, then there will be wrong actions. And once wrong actions, then there will be negative personality. And then again also there will be negative personality or negative attitudes that will again affect our thought, that will create negative thoughts. So we are in a vicious circle. So that's why we have to come out of it. So in that case, just I have shown here that mind, intellect, sanskar, then comes behavior. Those are the triangular things that goes on. So that's why, because whatever we think, accordingly, our brain also being activated. Because in our brain, there are both sides of the brain, that is left side, left brain and right brain, and our brain is being active by our thought process only, by the soul itself. So if we create what type of thoughts? Love, peace, happiness, caring, tolerance, inspiring, those are the right side, that is known as feminine qualities. Left side is known as masculine qualities, logicalness, courageous, verbal, enthusiasm, are related, not the creator of the thoughts. thoughts are created by ourselves, but those are being expressed by our brain mechanisms. And brain mechanisms has two halves, left brain and right brain. So the logical courageousness, that is masculine qualities, masculine thoughts, those are expressed by our left brain, whereas feminine qualities, feminine thoughts are being expressed by our right brain. Just like I thought about pickles, or we thought about pickles, the reaction was on our tongue. So likewise, that's why now just we have to, that's why if we can think of the good qualities, positive qualities, then there will be positive reactions. If there will be negative thoughts, then there will be negative reactions. So what we want? We want peace, love, happiness in our life ultimately. Why to earn money? That is also for love, peace and happiness. Why to have even a political power? That also to have the love and happiness and respect. So power has different concepts. Love has different concepts. So that's why whatever the real things, real power, the inner powers, self-rule. So once we can understand those things, then we can realize ourselves. So then we can think of our life will be changed. If we can understand those things, so then we will know differentiations of depending upon the caste, color, creed, religion, regionality, or any that to matter. So that's why if we can accept ourselves, that is known as self-respect. If we deny, dislike ourselves or disgust ourselves, then that is known as a dislike of self. So that's why self-respect, self-worth, or self-esteem is most essential. All those positive qualities, 7 qualities, that is peace, happiness, all those things are there. Those 7 qualities: number 1, peace; number 2, happiness; number 3, love; number 4, purity; number 5, bliss; number 6, knowledge; then power. So bliss is internal, inner joy and inner happiness. What is known as Anand. So Anand is, if we can achieve all those things, Anand lastly. But whether all those 6 things are there or not, initially, at the moment, what we want first, that is peace. That's why very nature of human soul, or you can say that ourself, inner self is peace. That's why in Brahma Kumaris organization, we say that Om Shanti. Om means, here we say that Om means myself, Om. Om means myself. Then who am I? I am a soul, not the body. So that's why in case of I am soul, not the body, I am soul. And what is my nature? My nature is peaceful. So if I shall say that, just think of I am peaceful, I am peaceful, I am peaceful, then that reaction will be there. If I think that I am powerful, I am powerful, I am powerful, that reaction will be there. So that's why whatever I shall think, so shall we become. So that's why soul consciousness. Hello.
Mona Lisa madam, please mute Mona Lisa madam. Mona Lisa Barik, please mute yourself. Okay, sir, continue, sir.
Okay. So that's why if we can realize ourselves that yes, we are the souls, not the body, and our real quality is peace, love, purity, power, is knowledge. So if these 7 qualities we can focus every day, we can just guide our mind. Why waste thoughts are there? Because we are not guiding our mind. Of course, Swamiji and others were saying that, yes, let the thoughts to come. Yes, we can allow, we are not to forcefully block the thoughts, but we can just give that positive guidelines, positive affirmations, so that it is known as the art of positive thinking. Because our qualities, our necessity is to have positive thought, not the negative thought. Because if we have the positive thought, then there will be positive reactions. If there will be negative thoughts, then there will be negative reaction in our body also, in our atmosphere also. So what vibe we have to spread in the society? What vibe we have to create in our family? Needs positive vibe, not the negative vibe. So in that case, we need intentionally, attentively focusedly, we are to think all those things. If we can guide our mind, yes, these are the positive thoughts, and we should remain in these positive thoughts throughout the day while working or while performing any activity. That means while performing any activity, if we can say that, we can think of, I am soul working this one. I am soul doing this thing. I am soul talking to someone. I am soul driving the car. I am soul taking my bath or washing my body. If this thought will go on, I am soul means those 7 qualities are there. I am peaceful soul. I am happy soul. I am powerful soul. If throughout the day, while performing any activity, in backdrop, in consciousness, these 7 thoughts will be there. I am peaceful, happy, and powerful soul. If these thoughts will go on, so then there will be blockage to the waste thoughts. So there will be no free time to the mind to think about waste thoughts, to create waste thoughts. So this is known as the art of positive thinking. So if we can realize ourselves as a soul, we can understand ourselves as soul, not the body, and we shall have these 3 faculties. We can say that mind, intellect, and resolves or sanskars. And our real nature is these 7 qualities. And whatever we are doing throughout the world, anyone that may be a very saint, or that may be very hardcore terrorist, whatever each and everyone doing, all are doing for these 7 things. That's all. If we shall find the root cause of all their activities, that may be murdering or killing or kidnapping, whatever. So the original things are related to these things, but due to the proper lack of proper knowledge and proper understanding, they are doing some. For this peace, someone being terrorist. For this peace, someone being saint also. So that's why, due to depending upon the knowledge, they are leading the different actions. But ultimate goal is to achieve those 7 things: peace, love, happiness, purity, bliss, knowledge, and power. That's why these 7 qualities are related with our 7 gland systems, nervous systems, 7 gland. And otherwise also related, those 7 glands are also the place of 7 chakras, 7 wheels, spinning wheels. Whatever in our yoga shastra, it is told as chakras. So we have to awaken our chakras. So we have to awaken chakras. The very easy way of awakening our chakras are, activate our chakras are, to focus on these 7 qualities. If you think I am peaceful, because time is not there to show all those things, but still then, those 7 chakras are related with our 7 glands, and also these 7 qualities, and also 7 colors, vigor. And you must be knowing that even if that power is related with red, likewise love, green, peace, sky blue, likewise. That's why, so different colors are related with different qualities, and if you can think of that one, those qualities, then there will be awakening of our chakras also, and there will be, that means our gland systems will be properly activated. So that's why, then what is the seat of soul in the human body? Because soul is just a minute small point of light. As in Gita, it has been told that Anu Toraniyan Mahatmayan, I am the minutest minute. Is minutest minute. He is also a point of light. That is not the point of discussion here. Likewise, soul, because it has been described in the Gita also. What is the soul? Soul is also just a point of light, energy, just like atom. Or you can say that a photon or electron, whatever, the minutest material energy. So that's why we are a point of light energy. If it is just a point of light energy which is not visible in our naked eye, and our body is of this 5 foot or 6 foot or whatever it may be, then where does soul lies, or what is the seat of the soul in the human body? If you can see, So our seat of soul is just like the middle of the forehead. So middle of the forehead, here it is shown here. So in the middle of the forehead, we reside. Why? We can just compare. Our body is just like a vehicle. And just like we are the driver, soul is the driver. So we are the driving this body. So just like a driver drives the car, controlling the steering, controlling the engine, and sitting in the front seat. So that's why we are sitting in the front seat, middle of the forehead, because there lies our steering of this vehicle. Steering, that is not the pituitary gland. So near pituitary gland, near hypothalamus, that is the pituitary gland is near the seat of the soul. So by controlling pituitary gland, which is otherwise in medical science, it is known as master gland. Why it is master gland? Otherwise also it is called as in Yoga Shastra, Agya Chakra. That means a directing wheel. Whatever thought we create, that means the soul creates thoughts. What is known as the mind creates thoughts. Then that affects directly first pituitary gland. Then the pituitary gland is being activated once. Then it directs other glands to function. So that's why our first location is middle of the forehead. Grossly we can say middle of the forehead. That's why in our Indian Sanatana culture, Sanatana, that means a system, we had this, that's why it is known as third eye, seat of third eye. Seat of third eye means that is the seat of the soul. So once third eye is open, then all sort of negativity are being destroyed. As it has been shown to the Shankar. When third eye is open, then Kamadev lost his waist, destroyed. When third eye is opened, then destruction is there. Not only destruction, both the things are there. Destruction as well as creation. That means third eye means opening of the knowledge eye. Ajnana timirandhasya jnananjana salakaya. So likewise, ignorance is darkness, knowledge is light. And we are to have that knowledge, spiritual knowledge, knowledge of the spirit, knowledge about soul, not that knowledge about the religion. Religion is different, spiritualism is different. So dharma is different, religion is different. But some people misinterpret that a religion, dharma, they think of that similar things are there. So spiritualism is different. Spiritualism means knowledge about the soul and supreme soul, etc. So once we can understand and we can practice, I can request all of you today, just now we can practice for a little time for about that. Then we can finish up this lecture program discussion. So the point is that if we can practice this thing that yes, we are the souls, we all are the souls, not anybody. So if we can just practice, so in that way, there is nothing, no differences of a Hindu or Muslim or Christian or relating to anything, caste or color or creed. Suppose I am taken birth in a very, maybe in a Brahmin family. Maybe in the previous birth, I might have taken birth in a scheduled caste family. So whether I am really a scheduled caste or really a Brahmin. So Brahman Janati Brahmin. If we realize we can lead the life in that way, then we can call as a Brahmin only. So in that way, that's why in case of Gita also it has been told. Chaturvarna Maya Srishta Guna Karma Vibhagasa. Depending upon the quality and the capability, I have created 4 varnas, not caste. So that's why many misinterpretations have been there. The wrong interpretation have been there. That's why our society is facing a lot of problems till now and degrading day by day. So the point is that society is degrading day by day means there is something lacking. We need 2 things. One is right knowledge, next one is power. Because this knowledge will not do anything unless until we have the power to do the practical things. Because we all of us know we should live peacefully, happily, harmoniously with each and everyone without any jealousness, without any hatredness, or without any revenge-taking attitudes or negative thoughts. We all of us know it. Even if for slightest moments, for slightest, very minor things within our family also, among our maybe in between husband and wife, maybe among parents and children, maybe among the children also, brothers and sisters, due to very minor things also, there becomes some sort of quarrelsome thing. The atmosphere of the family is also there, that means changed. We all of us know, but we are not being able to do it. That is the reason. Why? Because we lack our mental energy, because 95% mental energy are being wasted since our birth. Not only birth, even if from the previous birth also. So that's why what we have to do, first of all, these waste thoughts are to be checked, are to be stopped. We can transform it, because mind is to work, mind is to think. There cannot be the stoppage of the thoughts, or you cannot control the thoughts or control the mind, but we can channelize the thoughts, we can divert the thoughts, we can modify the thoughts. So we have to give the guidelines. Yes, we are these 7 qualities, and we can practice these 7 qualities. I am peaceful, I am peaceful, I am peaceful, otherwise called as Om Shanti. So likewise, I am happy, I am happy, I am a happy soul. I am powerful being. मैं शक्तिशाली आत्मा हूँ. I am a powerful soul. So when I shall think I am peaceful, whether there will be a thought or of angriness, what reaction will be there in our body of angriness or peace? When I say that I am loveful, all are loveful. I am peaceful, all are peaceful. I am happy, all are happy. Because all are also souls. Originally, all are also loveful. Originally, all are also peaceful. Even if one is an angry person before you, you can just think of, you are peaceful, or we all are peaceful. Then after some time, his angriness will be reduced, will calm down. So that's why these are the known as practical things. Because society is degrading day by day, the reason is we have forgotten this thing, that we all are the peaceful souls, not the body. So that's why we are negatively thinking of those things. So we have to practice these things so that we can have the better things. So once we practice these thoughts, 7 thoughts, then our life will be changed. So that's why I can say that first of all, we have to create positive thoughts so that waste thoughts will be controlled, and negative thoughts also will be that means reduced. Then we can have always there will be positive thoughts, then that positive thoughts will lead towards our positive reactions in our body and mind and soul and our atmosphere also. So that's why soul consciousness is to be far-sightedness, unlimited, third eye, clear-sightedness, all these things are there. That's why we say that Om or Om. That means Om we can say, and from that Om, that is Om, or Om means I am a soul, and my nature is peaceful. So my real nature, real dharam, real property, we can say, is peaceful ones. So that's why if you can practice those things, only then these powers can come, and only this, if the powers can come, only you can, our life will be changed. So what we have to do now? Practice visualizing yourself as a point of light in the center of your forehead. Before concluding, I shall just let us meditate for a few minutes. Will it be possible? Hello? Hello? Hello?
Yes,
Sir,
yes, sir. But
Are you listening?
Yes, sir, you do whatever you want to do. You just announce and they will do.
Okay.
Will close.
I think we can just now.
Okay.
I am not being able to play the video, but I can just audio, I can play up. Just like this, this light, just a twinkling star. I am just like a twinkling star in my forehead. Okay. So then you can think of that thing, that within my forehead, middle of the forehead, I am a twinkling star. I am residing here and I am controlling my body. So in that way, so I'm just now starting with a commentary, and all of you sit straightly. You may close your eyes. I shall just request all of you. You can close your eyes. I shall just play commentary.
जलाने वाली ओम शांति। मैं एक आत्मा हूँ। इस शरीर को जलाने वाली आंखों द्वारा देखने वाली, मुख द्वारा बोलने वाली, कानों द्वारा सुनने वाली मैं एक चैतन्य शक्ति हूँ। अति सूक्ष्म ज्योतिर्बिंदु यह शरीर मेरा एक वस्त्र है। मैं आत्मा इस देह रूपी वस्त्र को धारण कर सृष्टि मंच पर पाठ बजा रही हूँ। वास्तव में मैं आत्मा
सुनो
इस
से ग्लास सावधान दे पानी आसो ग्लास सपड़ा दे दो जो हम खोली थे ग्लास दे दो
इस
बाल्टी में
दुनिया से सूरज, चांद, तारागण से भी अखंड ज्योतिमय ब्रह्म शांति परम धाम के निवासी। यहाँ अनेक नाम रूप वाले शरीर धारण कर बात बजाया। अब मुझ आत्मा को उस ज्योति के देश में लौटना है। मैं आत्मा अब मन और बुद्धि के द्वारा अपने धाम जा रही हूँ। पांच तत्वों से पार इस घर में सर्वत्र शांति, पवित्रता है। प्रकाश ही प्रकाश है। कितनी निर्संकल्पता है। ऐसी न्यारी और प्यारी अवस्था यहाँ मैं आती अपने निज धर्म में
Time is so longer. Time is so longer.
Sir, sound is not clear, sir.
Sound is not clear. Oh,
So more echo is coming, for which we are unable to listen.
Arre. What happened? I don't know. Yes, some different sound was coming also. I was thinking of that one. Okay. Oh, what can be done?
Okay, sir. Please
Okay.
come to the conclusion, sir.
Okay.
Concluding part.
Okay, yes.
Okay.
Okay, no problem. So that's why, so now I have already concluded. That means we are the different from this body. We are the living souls. And once we realize ourselves, we all are the souls, then there will be no differentiation in the society. There will be no differentiation of depending upon any caste, color, creed, regionality, language, or anything else. One that is there, and we can practice that. We all are the peaceful souls. We are all are the loveful souls. We all are these 7 qualities. We are peaceful. We are happy. We are loveful. We are knowledgeful. We are powerful. Once these thoughts will continue practicing on the daily basis, daily while performing all the activities. It is not only to sit something or only practice those things only. While performing all those activities, if we can go on practicing this, that yes, I am peaceful soul doing my activities. I am a happy soul doing my activities. I am powerful soul, I am doing my activities. Then all those negative thoughts or waste thoughts will be closed down. Then only we can come up that, yes, we are the real souls. And our all the waste thoughts once closed, negative thoughts closed, then our positive thoughts will be increased. And once that is there, then our life will be taking the transformations. So this needs the. This
Sir,
is
can
the
I
first.
get your mail ID?
Pardon?
Write your mail ID, sir.
Okay, we can send, no problem. So that's why those I shall just request, because here I am not so told you all the things, because from where soul has come, because if we are souls inside this body taking birth and rebirth again and again, performing the things, then from where we have come, what is our real place, and this population is also increasing day by day, from where those souls are coming up, whether that's evolution or something else. So those things have not made clear now, because in our Brahma Kumaris organizations, we have this 7 days course, 1 hour, 7 days Raj Yoga meditation course. Raj Yoga meditation is necessary for that one, because knowledge is required. With that also power is required. Unless until we have the powers, we cannot have the proper knowledge. That means utility of those proper knowledge. So that's why knowledge will give awareness only, create just idea. But to practice in a practical life, it needs our power. And there is no fault with anyone else. Suppose angriness, we all have angriness, but we want that there should not be angriness. But why it is so being so? Because we don't have that controlling ability. So that's why we have to have this 8 powers. Now this Durga Puja is going on. Mata Durga Kahat, there is 8 weapons are there, and 8 weapons are nothing else but these are the evoking 8 powers. So if we can invoke 8 powers within ourselves, then we can be representative of, or we can say that embodiment of Durga itself, or embodiment of these 8 powers itself. Once we will be powerful, then our life will be also changed, because we can create this love, purity, happiness, power, knowledge, and harmony, and all these things. So that's why all these things are to be there if we can have these powerful things are there. So that's why I can request all of you. You can find the time everywhere we have the Brahma Kumaris branch, wherever the near branch is there, you just spare your 7 hours. My request is just spare your 7 hours in your nearby branch, or you can, even if online, you can learn these things also. That is going on also during this pandemic period also. But you can go to our nearby branch and you can practice 7 hours. You just give your 7 hours and then test and judge yourself. Thank you all giving us this much of time and listening also. Thank you all of you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you,
Om
Professor
Shanti.
Sahu, for your very nice and lucid talk. Very educative talk. To say very psychologically, you have explained how the body is different from soul, and particularly the name I am carrying, the fame I am carrying, it's not body, it is the soul. So soul is your powerful, and you have given very nice idea about the 4 type of thoughts, how to have good thoughts to be good person, and that is the beginning, that is the germination. The thought will make your mind and your activity and everything. Very good things, and you have already told about this 7 key factors that is regulating our soul, and soul utilizes our body for performing, and we need power as well as energy, knowledge. So all these things we can have by meditation, yoga, and all that we are discussing from 11 a.m., particularly for last 3 hours, we have discussed that who I am or who am I. The concept is that now we have concluded that I am not body, but I am soul. So let us, friends, with this, I can say this webinar is now open for discussion. Before that, I will say that big thank you, Professor Jaydev Sahu, so fluently, so very appropriately and nicely you have presented thoughts with your slides, very beautiful slides. Thank you, sir. Thank you very much. Thank you, sir. Sir, please be with us for the question answer session. We will have a brief question answer session. And
Yes.
please be with us. So now the forum is open for question answer. Now I will request participants to ask their questions from their and to whom. And I see that the Brahmanista Nandaji is not with us, but if any question comes, then we will talk with the Brahmanista ji. But now you can, Professor Sahu is here, and Krishna Mohan ji also with us. Participants, please ask your questions or clear doubts. Any question? Jaydev sir, I would like to request that you please see the box, the mailbox. There are some questions there, and you can answer these questions. The questions for you in this webinar box you can go through. Okay, sir. Please go and see, and that if any question is for you. And now the session is open for question answer. You can raise your voice and ask the questions.
Any question? Any question?
Sir, I think there is no question from the participants. Sir, Professor Joydev Sahu, if is it appropriate to say, sir, that you are just discussing that where from so many people are taking birth in this on this earth, and how these souls are coming from?
Yes,
Sir, if
yes.
you find time, you very quickly please focus on this.
Yes, okay. Because I have just intentionally I have not shown that slide, because we have whatever we say that there is something as a God, because there is a next part is there, because we have these three worlds, and that slide I have not shown you, because above the solar system there is another system is there that we can say that is known as soul world. From soul world we are coming up. That is our real home, where even if God resides, and you may say that what is the scientific basis of it? It has explanations, but here there is a very less time, and even if whatever the souls are there, because we are taking the rebirth itself. So rebirth is taking place, and more of just like a drama, this world is just like a drama stage, and our home, original home is, that is our, we can say that green room, storehouse. So from there we are coming from that God, and once we are coming to this earth taking birth, and our life also changes, and also we rebirth also, take rebirth. So once we take rebirth and new souls are coming, that's why also there is increase in population. Moreover, now for in the last maybe 50 years, within the last 50 years, there is a rapid increase of population, rapid. So once a rapid increase of population is there, because this is the fag end of Kali Yuga, we can say. That will be discussed if you go for this Raj Yoga meditation course, Raj Yoga, which means that reconnection, connecting with that supreme source of knowledge, so that we will be energized. Just like to make the battery charged once. Likewise, we can be charged once. So that's why soul's world is there, from where God is there. That is known as soul world, or we can say that seventh asman, satwa asman, that is seventh heaven, or we can say that supreme abode. Whatever, there is one verse in Sanskrit. Niranjana madhya jyoti sajyoti param brahma. That Niranjana madhya jyoti, what is that Niranjan? And within that Niranjan, there is a jyoti, there is a light, and that light is param brahma, and supreme soul. So once that is there, sunya sunya mahasunya mahasunya madhya niranjana niranjana madhya jyoti sajyoti param brahma. That means after above this solar system, above this galaxies, that means material world, there is another angelic world, or we can say that another world, and above that angelic world, there is another world that is known as soul world. And in that soul world, that is a real home of all of the souls. There is no differentiation of Hindu, Muslim, or Christian. All
Thank
souls
you, sir.
reside there.
Thank you, sir.
Okay.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much, sir.
Hello, sir. Sir, namaskar.
Yes.
I have got a question for you. Hello, Doctor. I am Dr. Anil Kumar Das from DD Autonomous College. Sir, I have a question for you. Sir, as you told, there is a soul world. Hello.
Yeah.
Is it audible?
Yes,
Is
yes,
it
yes,
audible?
come on. Yes,
Sir,
come on.
as you explained, there is only one soul world. But according to Ramakrishna Paramahansa and other spiritual masters, there are so many worlds, so many Brahmandas, so many universes. So what is the truth? This is one point. I think you will answer this question. And there is another question from my side. What is the difference between attention and awareness? Because attention needs mind and awareness needs mindlessness. How to go from reach this state of mindlessness through attention, or how to reach awareness through attention? That is my question. And the former question I asked you, there are so many worlds or only one soul world? How do you justify?
Justify, there are various explanations are there. Different masters have told different things. You are right in that way. But the question is, we all the souls have, there are different layers. There are different layers are there. Suppose after taking a death, just after death, it is not that just after death we will go to the soul world. Okay, so there will be different layers of the things are there. Even if we are not taking birth immediately, suppose one person has taken, has been left their body, that body, and he has not taken birth, he will be within this universe itself, this universe. So Brahmanda does not mean that there are different Brahmans are there. So different Brahmanda means where Brahma and Atma, soul, resides like egg. Anda means egg. So in egg shaped, oval shaped, or we can say that egg shaped soul resides in that Brahma Tattva. That's known as a Brahmanda. So in that way, it is not that there are so many Brahmans are there, but because there will be, it needs some discussions. Just within this 2 minutes or 3 minutes, I may not be able to explain you. But think that once you will be trying to realizing that thing, then only you will be able to understand. And moreover, I am not being able to show you that picture also. So that's why there is one soul world from where we all souls have come. Different qualities are there, that different layers are there in between. But that in between, because there is a this what called material world, then the later on there is another called that angelic world. Then next one comes that soul world, which is in other that we say religious scriptures. They also believe in that way, and that is, for example, in case of Islamism also, they say that Satwa Asman, seventh heaven. What we say that after liberation we will go to that one, Nirbana Prapti. So Nirbana Prapti means out above the, so that means sound and movement. Nirbana, Bani se pare. That means where there is no sound, no nothing else. So that is complete silence world. That's known as soul world or silence world. We can say that. Otherwise, we call it Santi Dham. That is a peaceful abode. So our home is peaceful. Our nature is peaceful. We want peaceful, and we want to live in peaceful also. So that's why it needs some clarification, some discussion also. That's why I'm saying that you just find your 1 hour time for 7 days. That is total 7 hours to have this Raj Yoga meditation. And once you will be doing that, detailed discussion will be there. And in that detailed discussion, practice will also be there. Once you will be experiencing yourself, then your doubt will be clear also. Because doubts will be clarified on our experience.
Okay, sir, we'll have another session to discuss all these things.
Okay.
I hope that you will have consent to come over to talk on that. So let us, today we'll have, as it is a time and many of the participants, they want to have to close the session. So I would like to thank you again that you have given us a time and very nicely presented the things. So now I request Vibhuti Bhushan Samantrayaji, Krishna Mohanji, to just have a brief concluding remark, and thereafter we'll go for vote of thanks. Thank you, Professor Jayadev Sahu sir. And now over to Vibhuti Bhushan Samantrayaji.
So nice of you. Thank you very much.
Sir. Thank you. Vibhuti Bhushan Samantrayaji. Are you listening, Samantrayaji? Thereafter we'll have okay, sir. Over to Samantrayaji.
Yes. Why the photo is not coming? The video is not coming.
Yes, coming. We are looking at you.
But I am not able to see it here. Why? I am not able to see it. Why?
There might be certain technical, but we see you.
Yes. Yes. Thank you. In the concluding remarks, it can only be said that as Anil Babu has asked a very beautiful question,
Very good question. Yeah.
Between awareness and that attention and awareness. Attention only removes all the distractions and all the wasteful thoughts. And if a subject is totally attended to any object, then that arrow returns to himself and he begins to realize who is the subject, who is the observer, who is the seer. Then in total silence he realizes itself. It cannot be said in words. It is called Avang Manasa Gochara, beyond back and beyond mind. And actually our soul is that. Whatever we have learned from secondary sources, from books or internet, this is not your realization. This may be the realization of Bhagavan Sri Krishna, may be the realization of Ramana Maharshi, but when it has become your realization, that you will be benefited by it. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you for attending this program as the inaugurator and the speaker of the day, Professor Sahu and Samdrai. So now over to Subrat Kumar Panigrahi for vote of thanks. Subrat Kumar Panigrahi and Priyadarshini, I just left her name. Priyadarshini is the secretary. She is there also. But now I request Subrat Kumar Panigrahi, the trustee, to offer formal vote of thanks. Over to Subrat.
Good afternoon to all of you. I feel honored and glad to propose a vote of thanks to our honorable guests, Sri Vibhuti Bhushan Samantrai, Senior AO, Principal AG, Odisha Bhubaneswar, Swami Brahmanishthanandaji, the Founder President, Chidananda World Peace Organization, Professor Dr. Joyadeva Sahu, Professor and Head, Department of Education, Rajiv Gandhi Central University, Arunachal Pradesh, our respected Chairman, Dr. Prasanna Kumar Mahapatra, International Coordinator, Professor Dr. Devaprasad Das, former Professor of Gopabandhu Ayurvedic College, Puri, our India Coordinator, Dr. Saroj Kant Chaudhary, Associate Professor, Rajdhani Government College, Bhubaneswar, Convener, Dr. Dayanidhi Das, Ms. Priyadarshini Naik, Secretary, The Art of Bliss, Mrs. Banalata Mahapatra, respected Trustee, The Art of Bliss, Honorable Professor of various universities, colleges, teacher educators and teachers of different institutions and schools. Our some research scholars are also there, students and other participants. I express my gratitude before our honorable guests as they have given their valuable time to us for transmitting the real knowledge on the theme, who am I? Who am I? By citing different examples from Vedas, Upanishads, Samhita, Vyasam, and different religious sources also. Really, their presentation from their own realization on the theme will support us to realize the I, which is within us, and help us to maintain the blissful life. Lastly, on behalf of our chairman, trustees, and my own behalf, I extend my heartfelt thanks to all of you. Thank you, thanks, and namaskar.
Thank you, Subrat. Thank you very much for a very brief and nice thanksgiving. So now, back to Chairman Dr. P.K. Mahapatra to declare the formal closure of the webinar today. Thank you, namaskar to all of you. Now back to Dr. P.K. Mahapatra to announce the formal closure of the webinar.
Namaskar. Namaskar to all esteemed guests of this national webinar, who are my coordinators, trustees,
क्यों बेटा परेशान क्यों कर रही इधर
and others. Thank you to all of you. Now, the webinar is ended. Thank you. Namaskar.
So feedback is sent to everybody. Please fill up the feedback form for certificate. Feedback is already available. Please fill up and for generation of a certificate. Thank you.